Yo, yo, yo! What is up, Platinum Mad fans? We're back with another Genshin account showcase. This is an update to the one I had last year, like 13 months ago now. I was a little late on the year marker. But regardless, I'm gonna make this one a bit longer because I don't feel as though faster content is necessarily better. You know, if my video had popped off, maybe I'd make this video in a similar vein. But I'm gonna try doing something slower, something more in depth. Anyways, let's get straight into it. So, I'm going to be going over 12 characters. Let me pull up my notepad because I don't actually remember. 12 characters this time instead of 8, which is one of the reasons I feel like I should make this a bit longer form content. First, we're going to be going over. Well, let's just go through them in order. The characters I'm going to be going over are. You'll see all of 12 of them. I'm not going to list them off. We got Sucrose. Here are her stats. The most important one is obviously Elemental Mastery, 925. Got her on Sack Frags. I like the high Elemental Mastery. I don't think she's been updated much, besides getting 4-piece Viridescent Venerer. Let's quickly look at the substats. We got her on EM, EM, EM. And the substats aren't incredible, but she does the job. She's Sucrose, obviously. Basically a 5-star. Still have her at C1, even though she was my first character. Talents are 3, 7, 8. I'm happy with them here. Mainly because farming these are not something I value over farming other things. Next up on the list is Yay Miko, or Yai Miko, however you want to say it. Even though I would like to preface, I didn't have Yay Miko before, but I did pull her in between last video and this video, and I'm happy to have her, but I don't have anything incredible on her. I have a level 90 Wood Sith. She's level 90. She's rocking Emblem, 2-piece Emblem, 2-piece Thundering Fury. We'll quickly look at the substats there. 26% crit damage, 24% crit damage, 11% crit damage attack sands, 40... Okay, I kind of popped off on this one. Let's appreciate that 40% crit damage, electro damage, off-piece goblet. But... And crit rate... I really should farm a better one. That has her stats at 58 207. She's currently on my... I forgot the names of the teams. I'll be honest. I basically took a break between... I took like a 9-month break, like very on and off, after I pulled Yay Miko. Even before that, I was taking a break. But I have her on the team with Sucrose and Kokomi and the Electrocharged team. I'll show you in a moment. Then we have Yelan. I didn't change her at all. She's got the nuts because of her weapon. I did change her. Did I change her to... No, I'm pretty sure this is the same exact stuff she had before. I'm almost certain. But obviously her stats are the nuts. Oh, that's right, I did change. Before it was HP, HP, HP. Now it's HP, Hydro damage bonus, and crit damage. Honestly, she does an absurd amount of damage. I don't have any consolation. 7, 8, 8. I think before they were 7, 7, 7, and I claimed, oh, please forgive me for not having her stats maxed out. I just pulled her. But honestly, I've been doing a terrible job. You'll hear me ring up that excuse a little bit. I just realized I forgot Miko. I have her at 996, not because I'm like I don't want to use a crown on her. I have 13 crowns, but I've just not been good at farming these. Like I said, I basically took a break. Okay, next up, we got my second favorite character. Thank goodness Baiju came out. Second favorite character, you guys might remember she was the thumbnail character. Well, no she wasn't. That's a League of Legends Seraphine skin. But it looks like Kokomi. It looks like Kokomi, so. 49k HP, negative 95 crit rate. You get the gist, it's Kokomi. I don't have her donut. I decided not to pull it in hopes that Baiju's banner would come, and I'm glad I didn't, because I'm happy with the prototype Amber. I got her on Ocean Hued Claim. I think I updated one of her pieces. I don't remember which one. I'll go through these if anyone wants to check back. One of them is updated. It might be this one. Because it has like a... I have no idea. No clue. Anyways, C0... 10, 10, 7. But honestly, this, I should buff it. I just hate farming these. I mean, who doesn't? They did, change the specters a little bit since I, my last video, but still. Next up on the list, we got Kaching with her outfit. That's the only money I would ever spend on this game. Obviously, if you know me and my history with the League, you'll know I like buying cosmetics. Okay. 69% crit rate, 208% crit damage, 2k attack. I'll go a little more in depth when I'm dealing with the main DPSs. I do have her since my last video. Dendra came out, and Kaching's been pretty good with the Dendra element. I did get Jade Cutter on her. I do realize, looking at the numbers, especially with the Dendro team, that I had to pull Jade Cutter before Dendro had been like fully released. It might have been like leaked at that point, you know, the Genshin community. But I did pull Jade Cutter. I kind of regret it because it was at the time when Ayaka's banner was like permanently attached to you guys remember that, the like not 5 months, it was like 5 weeks longer for what's her face, Ayaka. So I should have pulled Miss Splitter. I really should have, but I'm not gonna complain. The numbers are negligible. I have her with 4-piece Thundering Fury, which I did have the last time, and I mentioned how it might be better to run 2-piece Thundering Fury, 2-piece Gladiator, but because I run her with Dendro, 4-piece Thundering Fury makes her very fun. A lot of energies being for her ult, which already has such a low cooldown and such a low energy cost. It's honestly great. I have her at C3. I don't know what I had her before, but I got luck. I've only pulled her on standard banner. Her and then some weapons I'll get into later. 9911. I don't know why I don't buff these. I think they were lower last time, but I do need to farm for a lot of my leeway characters, including Yelan, including Kaching, Baiju, Beidou. Hu Tao, I think, is 10-10-10, though, so. Moving on to Hu Tao. Another main DPS, obviously high HP, low attack, 43, 208. Still not the best stats that you'd want on her. But I'll take it. I finally have Homa on her, which honestly, I do think Homa is better than her C1, which I don't have. But 4-piece Crimson Witch, I don't think I updated hers at all. I'll go through them anyways. Crit rate, pyro damage, HP, attack, HP. Know the gist. Constellation C0, talents 10 to 10. I did say I would spend more time on main DPSs, and if you remember, Hu Tao wasn't main DPS on my last video. She kind of got scuffed and put onto a team where she doesn't really belong. So right now I'm working towards having her on her own team, which is the reason I'm showing you guys 12 characters instead of the typical 8. Next up we have Noelle. I mean, it's just, I just treat her like she's Zhongli. Just there for the shield on the Hu Tao team instead of a healer. You know, I don't like Zhongli, I'm gonna be honest, so I will forever use Noelle over him. I guess I can go over her artifacts. This is probably not the artifacts that I would run on her, but honestly, whenever Spiral Abyss seems to be going downhill, Noelle kind of picks up the slack with her ulti and this artifact set, so I'm happy with keeping it until I have a more stabilized team, which I'll showcase shortly. Next up, another support we have is Fischl. She's great at generating energy. She's great at dealing minor damage. I run Stringless on her. I currently run her on my Kaching team with the Aggravate and my 2 Dendro characters. These two. That's the Dendro team. So yeah. Anyways, so this is 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Gladiators. I think I'm okay with running 4-piece Noblesse because I have Baiju now. The team was slightly different before. Her substats are pretty good. I think last time she had a 4-piece artifact, I think I had corrected that. Yeah, she no longer has a 4-piece artifact. So her substats aren't the best, but not like I didn't give it as much care as like I did Ye Miko, but it's whatever. Constellations, I have her at C5. I'm lucky to have this many. Even like I feel like we've been given a lot of free Fischls if you've been a long time player, so hopefully I'll get C6 soon. Her talents are sitting at 5, 11, 11, so 5, 5, 5, 8, 8 without the buffs from the constellations. Next we have Beto, who honestly, she was doing really bad last time. I'm pretty sure I had like Rain Slasher on her, or what's this weapon called? Yeah, Rain Slasher. No way I remember the name. I had Rain Slasher on her, and I realized, you know, if she's gonna be a support just to generate Electrocharged, it's better to just give her like Favonius. I'm sure the artifacts don't matter on her. I didn't even notice. They have good substats, look at that. Okay, this one does not. What is this? The main stats are good, and the substats are decent. So, I don't see a reason to get a set bonus on her. I completely forgot about that. I do have C6 Beto. I don't remember when I pulled that. Next up, My favorite character. Uh, Forgive me, I haven't been playing, so I didn't have any like what's that place? Sumeru. Hold on, I'll showcase my Sumeru. As you can see, I have some of the beginning areas nice and complete, but I mean, really, this is a bit embarrassing if you ask me. How little I've done Sumeru. So, yeah. It's been hard to get stuff for Baiju. I do have Thrilling Tales on him. I don't really know what his besides his weapon. I didn't pull for his weapon. I did. I didn't get it. I tried to get his constellations. Which seem alright. So, looking at his artifacts, I kind of threw them together, kind of like Yelan in the last video. You know, I just pulled him. I tried to farm for his artifacts, and I got decent stuff. You know, I'm not going to complain about the stuff I got. I got stuff on set. You know, 42, 105. He isn't a damage dealer. 146 energy recharge on a double Dendro, double Electro team. Not bad. You know what I mean? So, his talents are 111. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, next up on our final character I want to talk about is Dendro main character. I honestly never used the main... Oh, he's not the last one on the list. I'm sorry, he's second to last. Dendro... I just got reminded because I put Skyward Blade on him. I did pull Skyward Blade on Standard. I have 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate on him. I have... Yeah, see what I mean? I haven't done any of the Dendro stuff. Sumeru stuff, whatever you want to say. These are pretty good leveled, honestly. I'm close to that. I'll talk about the teams, but he's a pretty good member of the team. And finally, Toma. I hate this guy, but I wanted to give why is his crit damage so high? I wanted to give Hu Tao the opportunity to be a main character. What? I have no idea what I put on this guy. I put Skyward Spine. Maybe you'll remember last time Skyward Spine was on Hu Tao. After I pulled Homa, that moved to Toma. And I have 2-piece Emblem, 2-piece Wanderers. Here are the substats, I guess. These are not bad substats at all. What in the world? I actually built this guy. Oh, I do have MC6 as well. I did not level up his things at all. Okay, so that's the character showcase, so I'm gonna maybe put a transition here. Boom, 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 boom. Transition time. Next up, we have the parties. So you might be thinking to yourself, you know, what do these parties look like? You know, this is going to be a longer form video. I may as well explain what the parties do, in case you're unfamiliar with the parties or how I like to use them if it's like a not your standard party. So this is a pretty standard Hu Tao party. Obviously, some substitutions would be Jing Cho over Yelan and Zhang Li over Noel, but that doesn't matter too much. So basically, how this is you use Toma to get a shield, and you use his ulti to generate pyro particles, right? His shield doesn't last that long. Maybe it lasts longer if I level it up. But his ult, if you don't know what it does just pyro damage on whoever is active. It like makes their auto kind of similar to Hu Tao's E. Hu Tao obviously does this and then swings her ulti like a baseball bat. And Yelan is there to proc vaporize. Typically I find Yelan does more damage than Hu Tao, but Hu Tao has much greater DPS. But like single target damage, like if I'm trying to do damage to a boss, I'll like do that combo to deal like 100k or 200k, depending on the boss typically. And Noelle's just here for shields and occasional heals for Yelan and Toma. Next team we have to show is the Kaching Aggravate team. So we got Baiju. I honestly I did not see what he did when I pulled for him. I knew I wanted him. Obviously, he was in the game as a NPC prior to his full release. So having him be a member on Kaching's team really makes me happy because, you know, I wanted to implement him some way, in some way. So this seems a bit weird to explain. Typically, you use Fischl to put Electro on everybody, then you use Dendro, main character, to put Dendro on everybody, and then that will keep up everything while you're doing your damage as Electro Kaching. So you want to do EE to infuse her with Electro. So that's typically how that team works. And obviously, my favorite team. The team I have the most fun with. Typically, if I'm not using Fischl, like if I'm not doing the Kaching Aggravate team, like let's say I'm doing Spiral Abyss and one of the sides is immune to Electro, like if it's an Electro Abyss, what are they called? The big guys. There's like a Pyro one and a Water one. A Hydra one, I mean. Okay, this team, I'm pretty sure like everyone can figure out what it does. You summon elements, you reduce all the elemental defense with Sucrose. You like shred their defense with Sucrose. Then you pop Beto's ult, and then you pop Kokomi's ult, like to refresh her jellyfish. And then you're just electro charged, everyone's getting damaged, very high multi-target damage. Very good at very good at dealing with large amounts of enemies. Good crowd control. Not so good at bosses. Yae Miko kinda is the better one here, obviously with her ult to deal that single point of damage. Obviously Sucrose helps with grouping up the enemies, but that's how my teams work, and I'll typically move between them on Spiral Abyss, and some of them are incomplete. Obviously Baiju and Toma do not have their talents leveled at all, so you can expect those teams to be more operative in the future. But they're much more well thought out and better built than the teams I had on the previous episode of my Genshin account showcase. If you liked today's episode, that I'm wrapping up now. Conclusion time. If you liked today's episode, please leave a like. If you didn't like today's episode, please leave a dislike. If you wanna, if you know, regardless of whether you liked or disliked the video, please leave a comment as well, saying what you thought, what you think I could improve on. Especially like if you really wanna, if you like really hated today's episode because of its length, or really liked today's episode because of its length, please let me know in the comments. That I really want to know whether this long form sort of content has a place on my channel, because I personally do like doing live streams. I don't know if you guys have checked, but I've actually been doing a lot of live streams, so check that out as well. It's not Genshin content, but it's my content. You know, I feel like that's the most important part about being a content creator, having your own content. Alright, this conclusion's kind of fallen apart. Absolutely, completely. If you want to see more Genshin content from me, follow my Twitter. I've been getting tons of followers recently on Twitter. I don't know why. But that's been it from Platinum Ad. I did say Platinum Ad at the beginning, and this is my first take, so... yeah, if you liked today's episode, please leave a like. Again, I guess. Dang it. I messed up the conclusion of this video. Oh well. I will see you guys next year when I update my Genshin account showcase again, I guess. Farewell.